which is such a fun episode title. I love like actually paying attention to what the episodes are titled.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Um,
yeah. Well, let's kick off this week's show just by jumping in and talking about our overall thoughts on this episode. Megan, what did you think of this episode?
um, this episode is pretty solid. I mean, I feel like there's a lot that goes on.
Mhm.
And the big thing is the Mars mission at the end, which obviously resurfaces in the next season. So we've kind of talked about that threat a lot. So it's
Mhm.
it's fun going back to the start of that plot line and um just seeing how that originated. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot. I think it's mostly a slower episode. Um, again, a lot just devoted to just Mark's character, which is good, obviously.
Mhm.
Just small stuff, nothing crazy in this one, I don't think. Maybe the dark blood stuff is a little crazy, but I guess we'll talk about that. What were your overall thoughts?
Yeah, I think a really solid kind of development episode, just like learning more about Mark, taking the necessary steps and like figuring out who killed the Guardians of the Globe. We see more of Mark and Amber. We see the new Guardians of the Globe kind of figure out their new dynamic. So I think it covers a lot of important plot points.
Mm.
But like you said, the really big one is that Mars mission, which is so interesting because when it's first presented to us, we don't think like it's gonna be something that carries on, but it does. I think they do a really good job of always bringing us back to things
Mm.
that have happened in the past, which brings me to talk about the opening scene where we see an archaeologist.
Yeah, we really the last time we spoke about this, we were really just talking out of our ass,
We
and
really
we
were.
were we were like, what the hell is this thing that I've never seen before? Um,
I
because
felt
this
seeing it. I was like, oh,
I was like, no way. And then it
what?
was the same dude. And I was like, damn, like our audience, whoever was listening, is probably like, those guys don't know to not watch the show.
Yeah. I
Um,
think he like even comes out with like the same like spider hand thing.
mm,
It's just really funny that we totally forgot about that.
but
But
even
like I
still,
said,
like,
they bring it back really well.
yeah, but even still, like, we still don't really know what that plot line is.
No, but it's nice that they're like kind of reminding us that it exists.
Yeah, I suppose like its inclusion season two. I mean, now it doesn't like perplex me in the same way anymore because I for real thought it was just out of nowhere.
Hmm.
Uh, and in my defense, it's been like 3 years since
Yes.
the only time I probably sat through this specific scene. So I don't know. Was it just like a laugh when that scene came up because you had forgotten about it?
Yeah, I definitely like was like, oh, especially when I like, because I feel like I kind of really vaguely remember it, maybe, but
Mm.
especially when we see like the same spider like tattoo thing on his hand, then I was like,
Mm.
these are connected. Like they're the same. It's yeah, and we don't really get anything out of it though.
No, it's a very odd way to like start the episode and then just never address it again.
When
Uh,
when do you think we're gonna see it next?
like honestly, I really that's a plot line like I know nothing about if that's a real thing in the comics or like how big of a thing it is or not. Um, like maybe they just subtly build it up like one scene per season and it's like a bit until like it's a real thing. But I don't know. I've never seen like the show sets up so many like plot threads all the time, and there's so many
Mm.
characters, but like that's maybe the only one that I can think of that I'm just still I don't know how it fits in at all yet.
Yeah, well,
Um,
at one point, the guy who goes to resurrect Kahor says, "Soon you'll teach this world what it means to truly suffer." So you like we know
mm,
that something bad is eventually going to happen. Like Kahor is not a good guy,
right, right.
but yeah, but then the
I
door literally closes on him. So
so I guess it's just Cahor continuously failing to like break out and take over the world or whatever. Like
it's just that.
so weird. Um, who wins, Cahor or Omni-Man?
We haven't even seen Kahor's abilities. I feel like if he had a chance at beating Omni-Man, he would have broken out of like this tomb that shut on him. Or like not the tomb, but like the tunnel that shut on him.
Right. Do you think he'll possess Mark or some strong hero?
Oh, whoa, I didn't even think about that. The idea that he would maybe possess Mark is crazy, and now I really want it to happen.
Yeah, I actually don't know. That could be cool. But still, what a odd slow burn of a story.
I think it'll be interesting. I just don't know when it'll happen.
Feels like kind of Scooby-Doo for like Invincible. Like it just feels a bit more like, oh, like what's this silly dude doing?
Yeah, and then in season two, he has like a really weird like line about women. I don't remember.
He's just kind of like bummed out.
Yeah, yeah, that they were women.
Uh, yeah, because he can't possess them.
Yeah.
Which good for them, I guess.
Mhm. Do you have
Um,
any other like big things that stood out to you in this episode?
Honestly, I really just really enjoy a lot of the Nolan and Debbie stuff. I think it's like better on the second time around, actually, like their conversations, and of course, because we know everything that will happen and the
Yeah.
context leading up to the start of the show, like just adds a lot of, I just think, nuance to their conversation, specifically how Nolan, again, is like how he chooses his words and what he says to her. So that stuff is honestly some of the best stuff in this episode, and on just on the rewatch in general, like in terms of getting more out of the same thing
Hmm.
that those like small conversations.